Shell. Heck, even Shrek and Fiona. Look any time in history, fictional or fact, and you're bound to find a timeless love story. And I gotta tell you, I'm a sucker for them all. I love a good love story. But hands down, without a doubt, my favorite love story of all time is my own. Nathan and I met when I was just 6 years old. If you ask my mother-in-law, she'll tell you to this day that I learned to tell time just so I'd know when he was getting off the school bus. Now, I don't quite remember it being love at first sight like that, but I can tell you we spent a lot of summers having water fights. We spent a lot of New Jersey winters in snowball fights, playing pranks on our friends, and just growing up in a really quiet town outside of McGuire Air Force Base in Browns Mills, New Jersey. We had a lot in common. Both of us are first children, both of our fathers served in the Air Force, and we both loved school and playing outside. Somewhere along the way, this gangly, goofy guy that was a great listening ear and always knew the right thing to say became much more than just a friend. My dad had this rule where I couldn't date until I was 18 years old, and I'll never forget the look of shock on Nathan's face when I told him that if he wanted to take me out, like on a real date, he'd have to ask my dad. But he braved his fear and asked my dad, could he take me out for a movie? From magical prom nights to impromptu trips to the Jersey Shore, the spring of my senior year slipped away like sand in the hourglass. All too quickly, our young, budding relationship was put to its first big test. It was time for me to move to Georgia and start my life as an undergrad at the University of Georgia. People always ask me, how did you end up here? How do people find UGA? Well, back in 2006 when I first started going to college, I wanted to be a broadcaster, and one of the top 3 journalism schools in the country was, of course, UGA. So I packed my bags, kissed my boyfriend goodbye, and moved down south. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you. Trips to the mountains together. Spiritual gatherings together. My first puppy together. Our first trip out of the country together. And these times, these joyous occasions, cemented our faith and our commitment to one another. And these things, they fortified us for the trials that would come our way. And these trials would definitely shape the foundation of everything we knew about one another, what we knew about ourselves as individuals, and even our faith, like a baffling disorder that ended Nathan's promising career as an electrician, or the horrific loss of our daughter, Sadie, and even the divorce of Nathan's parents. But each and every time we emerged, a little battered and beaten, but still we emerged, determined to persevere and figure out these idiosyncrasies and trials that we face in life, knowing that we could do it if we chose to stick by one another's side. My husband challenges me to be better, to work harder, to be kind to others and to myself. He's my favorite person to laugh with. He reminds me not to take myself too seriously. He's always down for a road trip. He's my closest confidant and my biggest fan. He's held my hand through my darkest moments and been by my side as I celebrated joyous ones as well. My life is just fuller with him by my side. guys, people talk about love at first sight and happily ever after like it's this predetermined thing, like it's something that will automatically happen for you and that everything will be roses and sunshine. Well, it's not. But that doesn't mean it can't be beautiful. Hollywood tells us that that's the ideal that we should strive for. But why? If this life and this love has taught me anything, it's that if you want something, if you really want something, you've got to go after it, work hard to keep it. Tell it that you want to be there. Okay, maybe I shouldn't call my husband it, but you get the point. I guess what I'm saying is that if the last 8 years, 7 months, and 20 days as Mrs. Nathan Allen have taught me anything, it's that life doesn't have to be perfect to be better than you could have ever imagined it.